Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? With my buddy John, we're here to review the remake of Dune, brand new movie.
Third version.
A third version.
Second theatrical. I never saw the miniseries they did about 21 years ago.
I never saw that either. I didn't know they made one.
Yep. Then there's in the 70s, Alejandro Jodorowsky, how to say his name. He was trying to do one.
That would have been wild.
And it fell apart. But they wanted like the Salvador Dali to play the Emperor and Pink Floyd to do the music. One of his people that he hired to do the artwork for it went on to do Aliens, or Alien, the whole franchise.
Yeah.
H.R. Giger.
Yeah.
So he said like a lot of the team he put together actually went on to work in Hollywood and inspired a lot of stuff. Like his version of Dune, you know, it did get made and helped to inspire Star Wars: A New Hope, stuff like that. But I haven't watched it yet. You've got to watch it. So there's a documentary on his version.
I do want to see that.
It looks like it would have been a little bit more off the wall.
Oh, I mean, if you ever see Holy Mountain, holy crap, you know what I mean? Holy Mountain's the craziest one he did. I mean, El Topo. And El Topo was nuts too, the Western. And then Sana Sangria, that was more of a Bizarre Circus, like Fellini type thing, which was weird too. But I mean, Holy Mountain was nuts. It was crazy. I saw that one. Yeah, I mean, I read the book in the 80s, I think. And then, I mean, over one summer, I read the book. I don't really remember it that much. And then I remember... Well, I know they had the David Lynch version in '84 and stuff like that. That was a huge flop.
Yeah, I saw it at the theater, and it's like, this isn't very good.
Well, I didn't see it till I was in Lindenhof, Germany. I barely remember, except for like a couple of visual effects.
Right.
Like that, I don't know, the drop in the water, some weird thing like that. I remember that. Then they said they're doing a remake of Dune. Oh, cool, I want to check it out. And we watched it today, and I thought it was pretty decent. I liked it.
Yeah, by the director of Blade Runner. He's done a bunch of other good movies, too. I've been seeking out his stuff. A lot of it's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, he does. That's Villanova, is it say, or is that his name? Yeah, and it had a great cast. I mean, like there's a ton of people.
Yeah, I mean, well, the ones that really, I mean, I really recommend without the makeup was like Dave Bautista, who's really getting in a lot of roles and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa, those are the ones I really noticed.
Good without his beard.
Yeah, he shaved his beard and stuff like that.
Oscar Isaacs plays main character Paul's father, who was in Star Wars, playing Poe, and he's actually going to be playing Moon Knight in the TV series of Disney.
Oh, cool.
Some people are like, well, I don't know how it's going to be. It's Disney Plus because in the later comics they made him more violent and stuff. Like an extreme violent version of Batman. But he wasn't originally that violent, from what I remember. But the people behind that, it's interesting, because you got the guys that did like, oh crap, now I'm going to forget. A couple movies we reviewed.
Yeah.
Horror movies. The Endless was one.
Oh, Endless, and then
Summer, or Spring something.
Yeah, Midsommar.
What's that?
Midsommar.
No.
Oh, no, what was it, that
one?
It
was like some spring thing.
Spring Eternal, or something like that?
Where a guy falls in love.
Yeah, with that Spring Eternal or something like that, yeah. With a twist. Yeah.
And then, like, well, you probably didn't see their newest one. Obviously, Synchronicity.
Or Secret of Nim, not that thing either.
But it's a new one that's out. But they're really good, and then you got, I think, one of the writers behind the Exorcist TV series. But anyways... sidetracked it, but I mean, they have a great cast. Polka Dot Man from Suicide Squad's also another one. Zendaya from the Spider-Man series. It's got a great cast in it.
I love the soundtrack too. Soundtrack's cool.
Yeah,
that's some nifty effects. Yeah,
who's like one of the great legendary composers. He turned down working with Christopher Nolan because he's a huge fan of Dune, so he wanted to score
that's
the new
cool.
movie. Yeah. And it's really good. It's they don't give you a lot of backstory, but these two houses.
Yeah, it's like
warring, and the Emperor like plays them off against each other.
Yeah.
Well, they're like the one house is trying to take over the former house's factories on a Spice World.
Yeah.
You know, it's Baby and Posh.
And Posh. And I don't even know I don't know all the cast members and stuff. I never saw that movie. But I mean, you know, I dug it. It's more like the immersion into the whole world instead of the effects and stuff. It was pretty nifty. I give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, very good, very visual. We saw it on the small screen on HBO.
Yeah.
Those are definitely probably more for the big screen.
Yeah.
Like Martin Scorsese was pissing and moaning about superhero films because them clogging up the system. He couldn't show his movie. I hate to tell you, Martin, but you know what? Gangster movies, to me, they're not as critical to see on the big screen, that genre. Yeah. Or one of my favorites, horror or even comedy.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, fantasy, westerns. Those are the type of genres really better on the big screen versus the...
I remember I rented Goodfellas on VHS when it came out with the Fort Dietrich. That was awesome. Goodfellas was awesome.
His movies are great, but I don't think they beg to be shown on a big screen.
Yeah, I don't think The Irishman would have done as well.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not... to me, it's not epic like to deserve the big screen as much as the sci-fi, fantasy, westerns, because those look better. Like Dances with Wolves, fantastic on the big screen. I seen
I always saw on cable.
Small screen. It's not as.
I always see on cable.
Better on a huge. I got a 50-inch screen, so it's big.
Yeah.
However, with the big screens, it doesn't bother me as much. That I didn't get to see it on a big screen because this is a pretty big screen and we're pretty close to it.
Yeah.
TV,
it was cool.
So, I don't have to see it at the theater, but this is a type of genre that works better.
Yeah.
Where to me, I'm indifferent whether I see a mobster movie or a horror movie or comedy on a big screen versus seeing it. I enjoy going to theater with a crowd sometimes. Like I think what really made Saw for me was seeing it with a packed.
See, I never saw it at a theater. No, I never seen it at a theater.
That was perfect.
Oh, they were bitch.
People like shouting at the screen, "No, don't do that!"
Well, I mean, the only time I've seen it, like in the military theaters, I've seen it like that. The only time I've seen it in a regular civilian theater, well, I saw it packed for Snakes on a Plane. Oh, yeah. And I said, and then they had a snake going on a baby. I said, "Don't you dare bite that baby." And the baby was okay.
Well, yeah.
And I know it's a spoiler, but the baby was okay.
Like going to see a movie with the crowd can be fun depending on the movie.
Yeah.
Like we went and saw Blade. Of course, Blade is kind of like a superhero.
Yeah, I saw it with Dad a long time ago.
We had like a big group of us. There's like a dozen between my friends and my brother's friends. We had a nice group, and it made more fun. But it's definitely worth checking out whether you see it on a big screen or a smaller screen.
Yeah. Oh,
like that's a small screen, not like when we were growing up where you had the smaller ones.
I know,
like
teeny tiny ones.
So it's sort of like that.
Oh, a teeny tiny one, yeah. I will say, John mentioned Dancing with Wolves. There used to be a show called the Sunday Comics, or there was Comic Strip Live and the Sunday Comics and stuff like that. And there was some goofy guy named Bill Burr or something like that. Not, I think it was Bill Burr, not that comedian you see now, but some bald guy he's like a prop comedian, and he did a spoof of the Dancing with Wolves and show him dancing, and it was called Dirty Dancing with Wolves. If I see that, I want to send it to you because it's really, really funny. And I saw that was when I was in the military. Dad and I would laugh our asses off during that. Because that's really fun. I should send it to some people. It's probably on. It's got to be on there.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's it for our review of Dune.
Yeah.
The remake of Dune, the 2021 version of Dune. Yeah. I should specify that. Yeah.
Specify part one because this is just the first half.
Yeah.
So he intended to do it in two parts.
Yeah.
That way he can tell the full story. Yeah. But again, these movies call for being a big screen. That could also work in a miniseries because I did briefly look at the rating of the miniseries, and that was a 7-something out of 10. Mm. People, that's a problem because I think a lot of people in Hollywood have been too stuck up on TV, but that's been changed, especially with streaming services, because they've discovered that you can actually spend more time telling a story and telling it properly on TV versus a movie. because you're not always given enough time unless you're had some big hits like this guy has had.
Oh yeah. So I guess that's it. Me and my buddy John, a review of Dune, the 2021 version.
Part 1.
Yep, part 1. So until next time, everybody, please take care of my legions.